This is the worn bushing on a dryer from the 70s. But this shaft on here moves up and down about the thickness of a credit card. And then it won't go sideways. Okay, here's a worn bushing on a 1976 Westinghouse electric dryer. And what's happened over time is the bushing on this motor is worn, and so this shaft, due to the preload of the spring, is biased up, and that's why the belt is riding to the aft side here, because the this is crowned, the drive pulley, and this is crowned, but because this is pushed up, it's riding high on toward the rear of this, and that's why it's riding back over here. And that what'll still run, but it tends to wear the edge of the belt out. This has got a hard start condition in the sense it's not the windings, it's the lubricant. The clearance is way too high on this bushing, so you can oil it, it'll run for a couple weeks, and it doesn't want to start unless you give the drum a little bit of a go. And it's still got torque from the start winding, it's just the starting amount of mechanical friction is higher because the clearance is large. So I've got the belt off here, and I've got the spring bias back held by a screwdriver. You can see the play of this motor here. You can wonder, well, does it have a bushing or does it have a ball bearing? If this had a ball bearing in it, the play should be the same anywhere I move this actually. So if I move it side to side, it's got very little movement. If I move it up and down, it's got play. So if the shaft was worn on this, it should be able to move it equally or not, but this is egg shaped, so there's more, it's worn in the top, of course. So when this is running, it's pushed up, and that's why the belt's running to the high side, rubbing on this edge and over here. And it's hard to see from here, but it's got a lot of wear on the pulley toward the back side, toward this way up. And so I'm going to probably end up replacing the bushing on this or the whole motor. The motor runs, it's just mechanically the bushing on this is egg-shaped now. This is a little diagram showing it's worn on the top side. This is the bushing. So when it's new, it's like this. It's worn, it's up here. So you can squirt some WD-40 silicone in there, and it'll work for a while. Or you can put some, here's some 5W30 oil. You can try to get it in there. And that's just kind of buying time on it, so it's to where this has got a lot of play on it here. So the belt is riding toward the rear of the washer, plus the biggest thing is that it doesn't want to start sometimes, and this is not a winding problem. Okay, to put the bolt on, you can go ahead and take a screwdriver and pry the mechanism back here, and then you've got some room to go ahead and just shove the belt on here. Slip it over the pulley. Okay, I got the camera there. I'm going to try to start it up, just hitting the start button. Put it on. There, it started. But there's no clothes in the washer. You can hear that little bit of a... Part of the noise on here is a rattle because the belt is riding against the idler, the tension idler. Open up the door, try it again. A little bit of a hard start. Actually, I didn't want to start. The shaft on there, you can actually see it. Let me see if I can zoom in here. We'll see if we can get photograph the shaft actually moving. Okay. The door shut. We'll see if we can see the shaft actually move. The camera's on the slab of the floor here, tile floor. Start up again. See? If I hit that, I'm going to burn up the start winder. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the top of the dryer, and I'm actually going to grab the drum. Turn it by hand. I'm turning the drum by hand. Then I'm going to hit try it again. Now there's no close here, so this is an easy case. You grab the drum and turn it by hand. I started doing that about 2 months ago. Let's try this again. Drum and turn. Turn it off so you can see the drum shaft actually drop down some. And this is what I'm doing, turning the drum. Now let's try it. There it goes. Now if you measure the current to this motor, the current probe cross on here, it doesn't really it's like 3 to 4 amps if you turn the heaters off. It's not really drawing that much more current. It's almost like in the noise. There's the belt there. There's the documentation. The bearing, belt, motor switch, heater, cycle belt. You put all this in the very back. What happens with time, it'll go away due to the heat. In the last week it was always starting. And I put some oil in it and didn't want to go. And then it's been intermittent where it wants to start about 1 out of 3 or 4 times. There it is running with some clothes in it. Right now it's in low heat on 110 volts. Using just one side of line to neutral. And I got to put a new terminal block on here, which I haven't put in yet. So it takes should take theoretically 4 times longer to dry the clothes, but it's really closer to about 3 because you got a lot of air fluffing going on. Okay, I've got the motor out of the dryer. I'm going to show the loose, worn out bushing. And I've removed part of on the motor, I've removed this piece here,
which just held a piece of felt that was in here that's pretty much disintegrated. That is the oiler piece. There was kind of a donut that was left of what's in there. But this shaft on here moves up and down about the thickness of a credit card. And then it won't go sideways.